Welcome back, dear viewers, to Whatever You Need, the channel where we go beyond the headlines and step into the pulse of human emotion, fame, and vulnerability. Tonight, we take you straight to Istanbul, to a night meant for celebration, where red carpets gleamed like rivers of light and famous smiles hid quiet rivalries. But amid all the glamour, something utterly unpredictable happened. It wasn't a scandal. It wasn't a wardrobe malfunction. It was something infinitely more human, a moment of raw, unfiltered truth. Because under the chandelier glow of Istanbul's most prestigious television awards, actress Yağmur Yüksel took the stage and changed everything. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Whatever You Need, tap join to support our storytelling family, and hit like if you believe in courage, because this story is about nothing less than that. The evening began as it always does, shimmering gowns, graceful handshakes, polite laughter, and the constant flash of cameras. The crowd was composed, the schedule flawless. The energy was routine, until Yağmur Yüksel's name echoed across the hall. She rose from her seat with a smile that seemed carved from light. Her performance that year had earned her the Rising Star of the Year award, a recognition everyone agreed she deserved. As she walked to the stage, applause rippled like waves. Her speech started smoothly, the usual list of thank yous, her family, her director, her fans. But midway through, something changed. Her tone wavered. Her breath caught. She looked out into the crowd, eyes scanning row after row as if searching for someone invisible to everyone else. Then came the silence. And then came the sentence that froze an entire country. "Tonight," she said, her voice trembling but resolute, "I don't want to pretend anymore. I'm in love. Yes. I am. And he knows I'm talking about him." For a heartbeat, no one moved. The audience seemed to collectively forget how to breathe. The cameras swung wildly, desperate to find the man behind the confession. And there he was, Baris Bactus, sitting in the second row, his face a canvas of disbelief, wonder, and barely contained emotion. He didn't speak. He didn't move. Some say he pressed a hand to his chest. Others swear they saw his lips form a quiet smile, small, broken, real. But one thing was certain, everyone knew exactly who she meant. Seconds stretched like hours. The host fumbled for words. The production crew whispered frantically into headsets. The crowd held its breath. Would he stand up? Would he answer? "Go," someone shouted from the back. "Go to her," cried another. But he didn't move. At least, not right away. Then came the shock no one expected. Without waiting for applause or music, Yağmur dropped the microphone. The metallic thud echoed through the silent hall. And then, she walked straight off the stage. No hesitation. No fear. Just a determined stride toward him. The cameras didn't know what to do. Some panned to the empty stage. Others followed her every step. The audience rose to its feet, phones raised, recording history. When she reached him, the air changed. They stood inches apart. No words. No tears. Only a silence so deep it seemed to swallow the music, the lights, the whispers. And then, he stood up. The room exploded. Applause thundered like a storm. Photographers pushed forward. Some audience members screamed. Security hesitated, unsure whether to intervene or simply watch love unfold. There was no kiss. No dramatic speech. Just a simple, world-shattering gesture, He took her hand, and didn't let go. That was enough. That was everything. Within minutes, the footage dominated every screen in the country. Social media burned with emotion. This isn't an award show. It's a live love confession. It took Baris 30 seconds to stand up, and all of Turkey stopped breathing. That's how you say I love you without fear, without a script. The clip went viral globally. International outlets called it the most unexpected moment in live television this year. But not everyone believed it. Skeptics claimed it was staged, a publicity stunt to promote an upcoming project. Others defended her fiercely. No one risks humiliation like that for marketing. That was real. When the gala officially ended at midnight, chaos continued behind the scenes. Cameramen replayed the footage in disbelief. Producers called newsrooms, sending the video to every major outlet. But amid the noise, Yağmur Yüksel disappeared. No interviews. No after-party appearances. Not even a post on her usually active social media accounts. Witnesses said she quietly exited through a side door, escorted by security, and slipped into a dark car that vanished into the Istanbul night. No one knew where she went. No one knew who she spoke to first. The woman who had bared her soul to millions was now alone, in silence, perhaps replaying the moment over and over in her mind. Baris Bactus stayed inside almost an hour after the event ended. When he finally emerged, surrounded by assistants, reporters shouted, "Will you answer her, Baris?" He didn't respond. Didn't look up. He walked straight to the waiting car, cameras flashing relentlessly. But one image told 1,000 words, a single, almost invisible moment caught by a fan's phone. As he closed the car door, he leaned his forehead against the glass. His eyes closed. His expression, exhausted, conflicted, overwhelmed. That fleeting gesture became the symbol of the entire night. A man torn between what he feels and what he dares to say. The following morning, tabloids exploded. Some claimed Baris had gone straight to her home. Others swore she had checked into a private hotel under another name. Then came the alleged audio message, a clip spreading like wildfire online. A trembling voice, said to be Yağmur's, whispered, "I don't know if I did the right thing, but I couldn't hide it anymore." Was it real? No one could confirm. But for millions of fans, that line became poetry, the cry of a woman who'd chosen truth over image. Talk shows invited psychologists to analyze every gesture. "He loves her," said one confidently. "You can see it in his body language." "No," countered another. "He stayed seated because he's afraid, not of love, but of its consequences." The nation split in two. Half hailed her as brave, the other half called her reckless. But everyone agreed, no one had ever done something like this before. And what of Yağmur now? Those close to her say she spent the night awake, not crying, not regretting, but suspended between hope and fear. Her phone was flooded with messages, but the one she waited for never came. "No, can we talk? No, I'm proud of you." Not even a "me too." In the quiet of dawn, she stood before her mirror, staring at her own reflection. "Who am I now?" she whispered. The woman who dared to speak, or the fool who loved too much? No one can answer that. Maybe not even she can. Now we turn the question to you, or whatever you need family. If you were in her place, would you have confessed your love like that, in front of the world? Or do you think she crossed a line? Tell us in the comments below. And if you believe in courage, vulnerability, and love that defies expectations, give this video a like and subscribe to stay close to stories that touch the heart as deeply as they shake the headlines. You can also join our channel to support us, because here, we don't just tell stories, we feel them. That night in Istanbul will be remembered for decades. Not for who won which award, but for the moment when one woman refused to hide behind the glitter and said what every heart longs to say, without fear. Whether Yağmur and Baris ever find their way to each other again doesn't matter as much as what that moment reminded us. That honesty, even when it trembles, is more powerful than any spotlight. Thank you for being here with whatever you need. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the join button to help us keep bringing you tales where fame meets feeling, and where courage still shines brighter than any trophy. Until next time, stay brave, stay kind, and never be afraid to tell your truth.